All right, Tech Week's here. Time to go into the theater. Time to meet some more of the cast members. Time to get this show on the road. All right, surprise vlog. Hello, who are you again?
I'm Bet. You bet.
You bet.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Okay.
I can do puns too.
Yeah, you can do puns. So, what's happening on stage right now?
Nancy is singing As Long as He Needs Me because she has Stockholm Syndrome, sort of, whatever that is. What is that? Like when you fall in love with your abuser?
That's like from Beauty and the Beast.
So that's the right thing, right?
But he didn't abuse her. He just yelled. Someone didn't pay attention in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, someone didn't.
Anyway, so but she's singing beautifully, I might add.
She's
Beautifully?
singing very beautifully, yes.
Beautifully. And and she's doing her. And this is our Nancy. I'm doing a vlog.
I'm broken. I got hitted.
She got hitted in the head.
Oh,
And
wait,
if you
those-
want to see her get hitted in the head, you should come see Oliver. Are you just playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots in
A
the
little
back?
bit.
She is on stage singing Where Is Love. Okay, I'll just. Okay, all right.
I'm Jenny Bolster, and I'm the stage manager.
Clifton Hyde, music director and conductor of the orchestra.
Hey, I'm Alan Holofield, and I'm playing Mr. Bumble.
Hey, I'm Whit Sanguinetti,
I'm Olivia Drinkwater.
and we're the Sour Berries.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Ann Williams, and I'm playing Nancy.
Who am I? Who am I not? It's a better question. Who am I not?
What?
So, the hardest part for this show for me has probably been the time of year. During the spring, everything is going on. There's so many games and graduations and end of the year projects and people's spring breaks, and trying to accommodate all of that to actually get work done has been pretty difficult. I'd say so for sure.
And the hardest part about this show for me is I'm a bad guy in this show. And Oliver is played by one of my favorite students of all times, and I have to be a wretched woman to him. And that has been kind of a challenge. I've never been the bad guy before, but it's a lot of fun. So.
I would say that the most difficult thing about this show is money. Because not only am I playing Nancy, but I'm also the treasurer of HCLO. And so I constantly am on stage thinking about how much every second of my time, or rather the conductor's time, or the accompanist's time, or all of that costs. So buy tickets, please, because then I don't have to worry about how expensive every single second on this Sanga stage is. Other than that, finding that first note of As Long as He Needs Me, because all I want to do is scream it.
So my biggest struggle in performing this character, originally they wanted me to do it with a Cockney accent. And so I came in and I played around with the accent a little bit, and sometimes it was a little bit Scottish, sometimes it was a little bit Cockney, and they wanted me to go with the Scottish. So now I have to change up a little bit of the script to fit the Scottish accent and dialect. And that's been the most difficult thing for me to do.
The interesting thing about Oliver is that musically it's not a hard show, but it's a very difficult show. A show such as like we did Evita last year, musically is very hard. It's just hard to hit the notes. The rhythms are unusual and strange.
So it's hard. You have to really put in your time as a musician to really nail it, and it's difficult for the band technically. Oliver is not a hard piece of music to sing or to conduct, but it's very difficult in that there's lots of musical parts that are completely in sync with dialogue and action and choreography, unrelated to a song, almost like underscoring of a movie. So with the movie, when you have a very fixed amount of time, X amount of frames, and you know how to do it, you can figure out the timing, and then you only have to perform it once very well. In a moving theatrical performance such as Oliver, it becomes much more difficult, especially when using a lot of children and not having the technology to do in-ear monitors where you're producing a beat that syncs people's lines up at the same time every night. So there's a large element of spontaneity and almost an aleatoricness to the music when it comes and goes. So I have to be very aware of what's happening and paying attention to children running. And when child X gets to this place, we have to go to a new section in the music. It may not happen at the same time every night. And it's my job to figure out how to tell these 20 people in the orchestra where we are, how to get to it, and what to do differently on the spur of a moment to make sure that nothing collapses. So it's much more difficult in that way. So that's the hardest thing about the show from my point of view.
Two words. Patty Lupo.
Long as he needs me.
I got to see How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying with Daniel Radcliffe as the lead, and John Larroquette was in it as well, and I would love to see him as Mr. Bumble.
Frank Zappa.
You should come see Oliver because there's a group of young, talented kids that are in the show that have worked so hard, and the adult roles have been wonderfully cast. You should just come see all this great talent. It's a wonderful show.
People need to see this production because girls in corsets, come on. Children on stage complaining about being hungry. Oh, and my husband kind of...
The biggest reason to come see this show specifically is because these kids deserve opportunities like this. Like Scott, that is playing Oliver, is fantastic, and he's so talented, and he deserves opportunities like this more and more often. Plus, Mindy and I are awesome, so.
One reason I think you should come see Oliver is because within the show, within the set, there are probably a few cameo portraits that are being used throughout the set pieces that some people may be able to recognize.
And I think this production of Oliver is just a wonderful staging of such a classic tale by one of the most famous writers of all time, and it is truly being played by a full community ensemble cast, all age ranges from every place in the city of Hattiesburg. You don't want to miss it.
There are far better things in this world than sitting at home and watching Netflix for the 12th time this week. Go out, see some kids looking dapper, and some of them looking distressed, singing songs about food, glorious food.
And I think that is a perfect note to leave off on. I hope everyone enjoyed the second episode. Next week we'll have the third and final episode of this series, in which case it will be a chronicling of the show's performance and kind of a reflection on it afterward. And make sure you come see the show if you're in the Hattiesburg, Mississippi area. You're not going to want to miss it. Also, so you know, cookbooks for the show, entitled Food Glorious Food, will be available at the show every single night. So, you know, an extra reason to come. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.